At this stage in your life, what does fatherhood mean to you when it comes to your adult children?
I'm learning that my mouth has a lot of power.
What's something that as a dad yourself that you felt you had to unlearn?
And I'm like, I'm not trying to do this, but I'm giving off an energy, and she's picking up the energy, not what I'm saying.
Got it.
And I'm like, yeah, but what I said was she picked up on the energy.
God forbid something happens to you today and you want to leave something with your kids. What do you want your kids to remember about that? All right, family, listen, we're back here with another interview, another good brother of mine. Listen, we've been, so y'all know, we've been talking probably for the last hour, but we're gonna let y'all in on the conversation.
3 hours.
So the last yeah, it's been about 3 hours. It's been a minute, right? So listen, who am I here with today?
Adam McGill.
This is Adam McGill. Okay, Adam, how many kids you got, man?
2 kids, both grown adults in their early 20s.
Okay, boy, girl.
Boy and girl.
Boy and a girl.
Oldest, Alana's the young.
Okay, awesome. And what do you do? What do you do for a profession?
I'm a retired school teacher. This
Ah,
is my first full year of retirement.
wow,
I'm still
wow.
in
So
the-
you love it. You're in that retirement phase.
I'm in the finding
Honeymoon
out
phase.
phase.
The
That's
honeymoon
right.
phase of
Yeah,
retirement.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
Income, right? That feels like for real, for real.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So then you're going to have another level of perspective because, when it comes to, this fatherhood thing, I've been on a journey trying to make sure that we are highlighting fathers, but also I recognize that fathers have a lot of wisdom that we just don't talk about. We have a lot of wisdom through trial and error, but we have a lot of wisdom we don't talk about. So my first question for you is, at this stage in your life, what does fatherhood mean to you when it comes to your adult children?
It means that in a lot of ways, I'm just now figuring out who they are.
Figuring out who they are.
Because for so long, my wife raised me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and the conferences, hey, did you do this? Did you do that? As adults now, I am kind of this senior state model of a thing. Even though they may not have seen me quite as a certain type of dad,
Right.
and they start experiencing life,
Yeah.
then it's kind of like, I got a question. And I'm learning how to be I'm not gonna say a father,
Okay.
but how to be kind of like a mentor.
Wow. Wow.
Because they're great kids, they're raised well,
Yeah.
but I'm learning that my mouth has a lot of power
Wow.
and how to use that mouth
Wow.
in the ways that when I was a younger dad, I didn't understand.
Didn't understand
Grab it.
that portion of it. So, man, that's great because it makes me think about, a lot of times we'll never really fully understand, fatherhood just simply because there's so many stages for our kids that they need different things at different times. And so what I'm hearing you talking about now is, maybe for someone who has younger kids, they're not going to say, well, I'm trying to be more of they're going to say, well, I need to be there every minute. But you're talking about that level of balancing, full disciplinarian to, hey, let me give you some advice on that. Or let me show you how to, let me, talk to you about how, life is going to be for you at this stage. This regard. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I didn't know what I was doing as a dad
Okay.
because the example I had of a father was
Yeah.
my grandfather.
Wow.
So my grandfather was born like 1921. Woo. You know what I mean? So I'm a young man era, and I'm looking at what a man does is he goes to work, he brings home the check,
Right.
he doesn't cheat, sleep around.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
That was
You
all.
know what I mean? If you do that, you're good. And of course, that's a different era. So I had to not just learn new things, but unlearn a whole bunch.
Okay.
So that balance of learning what to unlearn, what to keep,
Yeah.
and the energy that a man brings to a situation.
Man, that's amazing because I think about fatherhood and a lot of it's built on what we did learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So along those lines, let's say from father or from your grandfather, what's something that as a dad yourself that you felt you had to unlearn?
I'll go back to that energy piece
Okay.
because as men, we're very straightforward.
Yeah.
And as a man, we can give you everything a man takes, and a man can give it back, and I'm supposed to take it. And
Yeah.
if I don't take it, I'm weak. And so
Yeah.
women always pick up on vibes.
So
That's right.
yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not trying to do this, but I'm giving off an energy, and she's picking up the energy, not what I'm saying.
Got it.
And I'm like, yeah, but what I said was she picked up on the energy.
Mm,
And so I learned that a man can never give a woman. She can't take it. She cannot take it.
Break that down a little bit.
And so
Giving a woman not just maybe with a spouse, that's with your dog.
that's with that's with anybody.
Yeah, with anybody, yeah.
And so I'll give an example. When I was teaching, I would treat my girls, my boys the exact same way.
Okay.
And then one day I complimented a young lady about something, her hair or something like that.
Yeah.
And she just melted, changed. And I saw that, I was like,
wait a minute.
I got that response. She was kinder and nicer. And so what I'm talking about is being a gentle.
Wow. Wow.
What's a gentleman? It's not so much in what is being gentle with your power.
Because our natures are
Because our nature is very different.
very different.
And women pick up on that.
Wow.
So I'll give you an example of my daughter just yesterday. We're car shopping. And so we're, business, right?
Yeah.
We go into auto dealership.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm going to get this loan. And the lady's asking us, okay, so what kind of car do you want? You already feel.
I already
You
felt it.
already feel.
You gotta come up with you know what you want.
So are you excited? She's looking at it like, are you excited to be here?
Yeah.
So once it's over, I get up right away.
Uh-huh.
We walk out the door.
Yeah.
And I'm walking down the hall. There's some seats.
Yep.
And I come and grab a seat. Solana, grab a seat. And I was about to rip into, what's wrong with you?
had to remember,
What's
right?
wrong?
You had to remember.
I see that energy already.
Yeah.
See my face and my
Demeanor.
and demeanor. And I had to pause and say, what is a professional space? What's a business space? She started talking. I said, okay. So when you do business, did you notice how I was talking? Was I yelling? No. Was I quiet? No. It was kind of in between.
Yeah.
Notice how I looked them in the eye?
Yeah.
You notice how I did that?
Yeah.
And so if you're not sure, look at what I model and mimic that.
You were teaching in that
And
moment.
she was like, okay, she could receive that. If I had gone my other way.
Right. Maybe you would have gone.
Look here.
Yeah.
She should have been. Then she's shutting me down in her mind.
Yeah.
She'll be respectful because
Right.
she's a good kid.
Absolutely.
But she's like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't want dad to go with me next time.
Right.
I want mom to go with me. I'm like, what? What did I do?
What did I do? Yeah.
I just told it like it can't
Yeah.
take that.
That energy.
They can't take that energy.
Wow.
And so treat her like the woman that she is. And children as a whole can't take all that in.
Yeah.
Because they're
Yeah.
sensitive as children.
Absolutely.
And so you
Absolutely.
have to modulate. That's what I had to unlearn. Because old school is, look here.
Right.
I might
Right.
speak low. I'm like,
Yep.
you know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna set down the law and you gotta do it. And that's just it. Wow. So you're literally talking about the nuance of fatherhood that we barely ever talk
I
about.
never
talk about.
learned this stuff.
So I think, man, wow, that's powerful because I'm sitting here thinking about how much, the balance of structure from the old school, but the gentleness
right.
that has to happen, even
The
when
new
we're
school.
learning from the new school.
right.
So along those lines, man, because we were talking about daughters, what is it that you think every son needs to know before they're 18, keeping in mind the nuance? Because obviously in this world, men and women, we're going to be seen differently, going to have to do things differently because we are different. For your son, what was the thing that you think, or most sons, but maybe particularly your son, you felt like he had to know before he turned 18, before he was an adult? I don't know how.
Listen, family, if you're enjoying these conversations, take a second to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss future conversations. Now let's get back to the interview.
Not quite sure how to answer that because I don't know if I know the answer.
Okay.
I can tell you what I was most grateful for that he did, which may cover that same thing. I was grateful that he grew up in a large African-American church.
Okay.
And saw different types of things.
Okay.
Here's some things that he came away with.
Okay.
Whether married,
Right.
whether single,
Right.
men all had jobs. He knows dad had a
Yeah,
job. He knows
job.
granddad had a job. But no, that's
Large
not
full community is
that's
different.
not just you. That's every
Everybody.
man should have a job.
Got it.
These men, whether single or married, they had homes.
Right.
They were working towards a thing. These men, whether white collar, blue collar entrepreneur, had goals.
Yeah. They had goals.
They had goals.
That's a fact.
And so when he had a question, I want to be an engineer. Hey, so-and-so is an engineer. Ask them.
Got it.
Hey, I got my old textbooks.
Yeah.
Where you want to go to school at? Hey, oh, you want to do this instead? Hey. And so he started to see and learn outside of his father.
Outside of the home.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I hate to say it this way,
Yeah.
but as a father, you never want to be the exception.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
if I'm the exception,
Yep.
I'm not the rule.
That's the rule. Wow.
Then therefore, you were just special.
So you're literally just talking about the power of
The power of the community.
Right.
And so there are things, remember, I didn't know.
Right.
But
Right.
he could see it in somebody else. So like he wanted to be an engineer because his mom went to tech
Right.
and his grandfather was an engineer.
Wow.
And he's like, that's what I want to be.
Right.
But then he gets to realize that I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this at all.
Right. Right.
And so
Wow.
then he leaned back more on stuff that his dad does. Because he also had that skill set.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we've been telling him that,
Okay.
but he couldn't hear it until he started to see it. He's like, okay.
I get it now. Wow. Wow.
And it's, I'm a former Marine.
Yep.
I still kept my dress blue and my outfits, my green.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
closet.
Yep.
Okay. It's to always hang them up. Supposed to hang them up.
Right.
Y'all understand that for those who understand.
For those who know
You hang 'em
military,
up.
you hang them up.
You don't
You
fold
don't
them.
touch them. Yeah.
And then my wife was like, you know, your son was looking through the closet and
Yeah.
was staring at your uniform. I said, what?
Interesting.
Pull them suckers down, put them in the suitcase.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
And so I'd always told him, look, so he had natural fascination. He liked
Okay.
battles.
Okay.
He liked order. You know what I'm saying?
That's right along the military. That's right along the Marine line.
But I don't want that. Ain't no, look, I'm going to keep it, I'm
Keep it real.
real.
Yeah.
Ain't no good father.
Yeah.
Ain't no good Marine
Yeah.
wants his son to be, let alone a daughter. That's another. If you, as a former Marine, want your daughter to be a Marine,
Yeah,
I got some questions for
trouble.
you.
That's trouble. And it's like, even just the job aspect, you're talking about things that I went through. No, I'm steering you somewhere else.
That's right.
I'm steering you somewhere else because I have that experience.
That's
I
right.
know what it is. So man, that's powerful in and of itself.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
If I'm the exception, well, that's just you, Dad. My wife had a cousin who was also
Also in the Marine.
We come down to a family
That's the
dinner,
example now.
and we're talking about the Marines. We're like, you don't want to do that.
You don't want no parts of
And
that.
so he's not just hearing it from me,
Right.
he's hearing it from them.
Yeah.
He's an Army ROTC.
Right.
He had a really high test score.
Yep.
Thank God. Black female colonel. So the reason why I appreciated her doing that is because remember, he's not thinking his dad is the exception. He's got 2 black men and a black female.
Mm-hmm.
One, you know, she's retired. She's
Right.
in uniform.
Right.
Saying you should be aiming higher, literally.
Right.
And he ended up going to the Air Force.
Okay.
He ended up going to the Air
Man after my own heart. Yeah.
So, so it's like, you
Yep.
know,
Absolutely.
one thing that I realized in terms of fatherhood
Yeah.
is that I wasn't taught what to do. I was taught what not. So when I saw my father, who divorced my mom at a very young age, it wasn't, I want to be like this. It was, I will never
Not
do
do that. Not doing that.
I would never do that.
Right.
I'll never do that. I'll never do that. So it became what husbandry was, what fatherhood was
Yeah.
a whole list of things not to do. As long as I didn't do that, then I was being good. And then my
Whole
wife,
nother level
that's
of-
another whole thing of no, that's not enough
Yeah.
for women and for your kids.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Man, I appreciate that because, you know, not enough of us are speaking on the things that we don't know what we don't know. And we don't even take the time to learn what we admit a lot of the time. So I appreciate you even speaking to that. So even along those lines, what would be the thing that you want your, let's say both of your kids to really come away with about fatherhood? So whether it's your daughter when she, you know, when she gets married, what you want her to see, what you want her to see, you know, maybe in her, you know, future husband or something like that, and your son, or how he should report himself when he becomes what are the things you want them to see in fatherhood?
I will say I have pretty incredible kids. And so my son has already told me some things that he's copied.
Fair.
One is, you know, Seth already.
Yep.
And so when Seth comes to church, the way he talks to people,
Yeah.
reaches everybody,
Yeah.
speaks to them, it has this kind of, you know, cajoling.
Oh,
nature,
yeah.
Kind of, he
Very
saw that-
personable. Very personable.
She saw that from me.
Wow.
He was like,
I'm gonna do that.
I'm going to do this.
Wow.
And
Great.
then you realize he had a skill for that.
Interesting.
So some things come natural,
Right.
other things don't.
True.
So he learned how to speak to people, take people's hand,
Yeah.
some classic manliness. And he saw, and he's very honest. He knows he saw what I'm good at, what I'm
Right.
not good at.
Mm.
And whatever I was not good at, he found somebody else who had it.
Should
And
help
I'm
him
gonna
with
copy that.
Right. Right.
He's very good. And I was happy that he feels comfortable enough to tell me.
That's awesome.
And after, I would say being careful to recognize as your kids are older, to respect them as adults.
Yeah. You have to.
give them and have integrity with that. I give you a quick example. We were at the bank the other day and the lady called back and said, yeah, she got the loan, right?
Okay.
So she thought it was really good credit.
Right.
Says, you know her credit score? I said, no.
She don't come to me and tell me.
That's her business.
Right.
I don't need to know those things. So if she never knows that, that's okay.
Right.
But I have to set boundaries. So
they're not the little kid anymore.
They're not a little kid anymore.
Yeah.
And we're old school.
Absolutely.
We learn. Someone just threw us out there,
right.
The deep end of the river. You figure it out.
18, bye. Yeah.
Forget 18. You out there elementary school, running the street.
That's true.
An expectation was you wouldn't do something stupid.
Right.
You get home when you're supposed to get home.
Right.
Expectation is you handle it.
Mm-hmm. So
then learning that balance of I want to, but then I got to let him go. Then I also just can't be like, well, you figure it out. And so that's what I want him. I'm glad that he's learned some of those things. And then with my daughter.
Right.
I didn't realize that you're late.
That is a little girl, but that is a grown woman now.
She get a little funky attitude,
sure.
And really smart, but indifferent. Like, what's wrong with you?
She get that daddy flair, that daddy attitude.
My feet are still model what she should look for later on. She says, I don't want to get married.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want kids. And,
all right.
They see my wife and I don't always get along.
Right.
Marriage isn't perfect.
That's it.
We're not perfect people. They see that. But then to our previous conversation we had,
absolutely,
learn how to handle it and what that should look like.
That's it.
Shouldn't be, Alice to the moon, king, pay.
Kicking against the brick, making sure that, they feel me. That's a level of humility that has to come with that. Yeah.
They don't see their mom putting their finger in my forehead, and I'm like, they don't see that stuff.
Right.
Because that's not how you handle that. So you see
conflict. Yeah. Feel like you want.
So that's what I would say. Just model, and you can only give what you have. You ain't got it, you can't give.
So what you're saying is that means we always got to continue to work.
You have
whether the kids are in the house or not. As fathers, we got to continue to work on ourselves.
If I had known then what I know now, but I didn't, so I can only do with what I have.
Wow.
And try to
give it now.
That's right.
Man, I appreciate that. So last question, and I ask all my fathers this: God forbid something happens to you today, and you want to leave something with your kids. What do you want your kids to remember about that? What do you want them to remember about that?
I think that.
That's okay. We want to know.
And so, I told my wife, if I die, that's good. I'm
okay.
I'm made.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I had to start thinking, but
people gonna be
how I let what was given to me in stewardship. And so that is frankly not a in the moment thing. That's a lifetime thing.
Okay.
You can't come back at the last minute and make it better. It is what it is. So what you have done is what you have done. So just like my brother and I, my brother's 1 year older than I am. Yeah. There are things that he remembers that I don't. There are things that impacted me that I saw in my grandfather, my mom, that my brother did. They will see things different, but let me be consistent.
Yeah.
Let me do things with integrity.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for me is I put God first. I am loyal to that for everything. If you want to get to dad, you start talking Bible. You can check. If you want to get to dad, you can go to that. And so if I leave anything behind, it is here's a path to how you can see me.
A path to how you can see. Man, I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, man. Love you, bro.
Listen, y'all. That is our next interview. If you like this content, I want you to stop right now, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all on the next interview. Peace.
Good, y'all.